What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on Jeffrey Gamer. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of a tutorial on a new call out that it's not new yet. It's kind of an old version, but a new one's coming out. I'll explain it to you as we get into it. And secondly, I want to go over some things that I failed to go over in my other tutorials. My other tutorials, I may not have been in depth with them. You know, I was kind of just showing people how to just install them into the game, but never really went over, what they do or how to access them. Okay. I've kind of been treating my tutorials as if they're for new people who know what they do, when in actuality, I have a few subscribers that have hit me up and asked me, how do I get into these certain callouts that I installed? Or certain scripts. So Georgie, Georgie, I hope I got your name right. He's one of my subscribers that I just got done talking to. I told him I was going to be making this video. One thing I want to do is make sure that my subscribers know what they're doing when they play this game, because I too was new and I had help from a special criminal justice. I got a lot of help from him, and I'm just, thankful enough that I can pass on some of the stuff that I've learned. Now, I don't know everything. There are some things that I don't know. I'm going to put that out there right now. There are some things I might I've already pointed a couple of people into criminal justice's direction because I didn't know how to solve, once I get to a certain point, I'll tell you what I think might be the issue. But if that still doesn't fix it, usually I point them towards him or his Discord, as he's got a lot of valuable people in there. So, but I will always do everything I can to help out my subscribers with any troubles they may have with LSPDFR or Grand Theft Auto for that matter. So, Mahai, this is for you, and I'm sorry I forgot the other two people's names that had other questions about it. So if you're here, I'm just gonna, we're gonna go through this and we'll get you guys going. So bear with me. It's not gonna be super lengthy, but I do want to go over some things. Okay, so with that being said, let's hop into it and let me be a little more thorough on how to get in there. We will be going into the game because A, I want to check out this fire call out, and B, there's a few things that I want to go over with the scripts that we put in. So down below, you're going to hit that first link, and that first link is going to be Callout Manager, and that's going to be Callout Manager Volume 0.2.0.0. Now, what this mod does is it allows you to bring up a menu within the game that has all of your callouts in it, okay? Dispatch will randomly call out, will give you calls from different callouts that you have put on there, whether it's a PieRGud call out, a stolen vehicle, a fire, or whatever. Dispatch will randomly give them to you. Well, Callout Manager allows you to hit a button and choose a specific call out that you might want to do, whether you're role playing or whether you're on a specific patrol. I know I use it for stolen vehicles when I'm doing my stolen vehicle task force and stuff like that. So go ahead. I always encourage you to read the description of everything that you download. Always read the description, because you might be downloading something that you're not going to like. So always read the description. Always see if there's bugs in it. There's also some mods and scripts and plugins they require other plugins for it to work. So make sure you look at that as well, and you have everything that you're going to need. So Callout Manager 0.2.0.0. Go ahead and hit download this file. Agree and download, and it's going to bring your download up. You might save it onto your desktop. You might save it to a download folder. I usually just pull mine right from here. For some reason it downloaded twice. That's funky. Okay, so now that we got that one downloaded, hit that second link, and that's going to be your fire callouts. Okay, and it's going to bring you to this page right here. Now, let me explain something. If you go into here to download this file, it's going to tell you that the 1.3.0 is not available. It's pending approval and cannot currently be downloaded. If you click it, it won't let you download it. Go ahead and download the 1.0.1, okay? Now, all this right here is showing what the new version will have, and the download will be available soon, probably within the next week, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks tops. But that download will be available, and why not get the 1.0.1 just to check it out and see, you know, what it's all about, and see if it's something that you would want to put in. Now, if you scroll down here, they do have a channel log for the version 1.2.0, but that for some reason is not available for download. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to download the 1.0.1. And again, it's going to run your download. And we're good on that. So go ahead and minimize your web browser. And we're going to want to bring up our main directory. Now, for the folks that don't know how to get to their main directory, you're going to hit your local C or D. Some people have them in different drives. Whatever drive you might have it in, double click that. Program files times 86. Steam for Steam users. Steam apps. And common. Now, as I always say, you're going to want to right click your Grand Theft Auto main file, the main file that you use, and you're going to want to right click it, and you're going to want to, see, I already have mine done, but you're going to want to click the, actually highlight it and right click it, pin to quick access, and it's going to throw it right over here on the side for you. So as you install mods and scripts and plugins and all that other good stuff, all you got to do is bring up your file explorer, click that Grand Theft Auto. It's going to bring you right into your main directory. Okay. So let's go ahead, and I forgot to open these up before I closed out of my web browser here. So let's go ahead and close out of that now. Okay. So first one we will install is the Callout Manager 2.0.0. Okay, it's going to be the same thing, folks. Let me drag this down so I can show everybody what the one and only criminal justice taught me. Like I said, I like to pass on good information, man. Big ups to criminal justice. Usually when you see a plugins folder, you got pathways. Okay, plugins. Now, a lot of people think that LSPDFR, that these are plugins, okay? These are not. Your plugins are mainly right here. Automatic siren cutout, clear the way, the spotlight, stop aiming at cops, vehicle search, sticky wheels. Those are all plugins. Now, when you click LSPDFR, this is where you get into your callouts. The BOLO, basic callouts, stop the ped. These are what you call scripts, okay? These are scripts for your games. There's a difference, you know, where these are a lot more interactive than your plugins, okay? But as you can see, it's your pathways, okay? So Callout Manager, I already have Callout Manager installed, so I will not be installing it. But if you go back to your plugins here, and then you want to go back to your main directory here, okay? Make sure nothing's highlighted. So I want to show this again. If you take this plugins folder and you bring it over here, what I like to do is I like to drop my files right around this ELS area, input 8. If you move up by these folders and you see how these folders want to suck it in, it will suck it in and it will ruin your game, okay? Then you got to go in, you got to take out all the files that are put in, and it could be a pain in the ass depending on what you're trying to put in your game. Also, do not put it down here. You never want to put it anywhere where it's going to highlight those things. If it highlights, don't let go of that left button on your mouse, okay? Just to be on the safe side, you can come up here, you know, and there's like a buffer zone right here, okay, before it'll highlight those. So if you're like near the edge, near the scroll bar, and you move over, as soon as you pass this line right here, boom, that's where it's going to want to suck it in, okay? So this little buffer zone over here, you just drag it right there and let it go, and it'll put it in the game for you, okay? Then what you want to do, you're going to go to Plugins, LSPDFR, and you're going to go to your Callout Manager, okay? Very simple. Now, I have mine set on F10. I believe if you're looking at this and you just installed this will say F12. But as you know, F12 is your screenshot button. Or you may not know. F12 is your screenshot button. So I found that my F10 button is, I don't know, it just works for me. Anything you install is going to have an INI file. Okay, INI files allows you to go in and change buttons. Sometimes you might go into a game and you'll hit a button and two things will pop up. Okay, you got to know what those two things are. You got to exit your game, go into your INI files of those two things, and make sure you change the buttons so they're not the same. It takes time, guys. I'm telling you, it takes time. That's why if you're starting fresh and you're starting new and you're starting to put plugins in, every time you put a plugin in or a script, go to the INI file and start writing down all the buttons that you start to have in use, okay? Because as you start putting in more scripts and plugins, you want to make sure that when you check those INI files, none of those buttons are already used. There's a lot of buttons. Trust me, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to take some time. But you will have all your buttons the way you want them, whether it's your controller or whether it's your keyboard, okay? I promise you, don't be discouraged by it. It will work for you. So, yeah, they're right there. Default is F12. Change that to F10 or whatever you want. I use F10, but change it from F12 because it's just going to take screenshots every time you want to use it, okay? Make sure that after if you make any changes in any INI file, you go up here and you click Save, okay? Sometimes if you make changes and you X out, it'll ask you made changes. Do you want to save it? Just click Yes. Sorry, excuse me, my mouth is so dry right now. Okay, so Callout Manager is all set. That's installed in the game, so go ahead and exit out of that. And you want to click that to get back to your main directory. Now let's bring up the Callouts 1.0.1. Okay, you're going to want to click the Callouts in your WinRAR. Click your Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, right here, we have plugins and an LSPDFR. So what that's telling you is that's going to put these files in this folder, okay, and this folder, or the folder within your LSPDFR. So, go back to your main directory. Again, like I said, you see your Grand Theft Auto down here. You see these folders up here. You're going to want to select, just click and drag up, or you can hit Control and select both of these. We don't need licenses. Usually we don't use, you never put the licenses in. They always just stay within your WinRAR file. Okay? And you could take this and bring it to your little buffer zone right here. And just, now I'm going to drop this because this is going to be new for me. So, and you're just going to drop it in. Oh no, I did put, I'm sorry. Jeez. I did put it in. I haven't gone in and messed with it yet though, but now, as you can see, the two folders over here are now lit up over here. So we did it right. Now, again, go into your plugins folder, go to LSPDFR, and we're going to look for Callouts. Usually any files that have these little sprockets are going to, those are your INI files. Those are where you can go in and you can change the files. Now in here, well, this is a small INI. Your saw is the Z button. To end call, you hit your end button. And to get the hose, which I don't think there are, I don't know, maybe there is, maybe there will be with the new one, but I'm just going to leave that alone for now until I can go in and play around with it. So I'm just going to exit out of that. We can go ahead and exit out of our WinRAR. Hit your little refresh button up here. That's going to put everything nice and neatly and tuck it away. And let me just go over this real quick. Now, like I said, Mahai, this is specifically for you because this is an issue that you brought up with me. If you click your Rage plugin hook and hold down your shift key, it's going to bring up your, this page right here. Now, the higher up, the more plugins and the more mods and the more scripts you add into your game, you're going to want to up this, okay? The highest you can go to is 60,000, okay? I think it starts you off at like 10,000, maybe even less, I'm not sure. But as you start adding in more, your game might crash because the more scripts, the more mods, the more plugins that you have, your game is trying to load it all within this timeout threshold. So if you put this up to 60,000, the higher you go up, the more time you're allowing your game to load up all of your add-ons, okay? Now, again, in here, your plugins. As you can see, I'm going to bring my main directory back up just so I could show you guys. Again, in here, plugins. Now, all these right here are what you're going to see in here, okay? Vehicle search, stop aiming at cops, sticky wheels. You see where I'm going with this, guys? These are your plugins. Once you click this LSPDFR, all your callouts here, your traffic policer, your alternate backup, your stop the ped, those are called scripts, okay? If you install them the way I showed you in my video, trust me, they're there, and I'm going to actually show you how to use them once we go into the game, okay? So, usually when you get to the screen, you're going to want to load all these plugins, or load these plugins on startup, check all, then click load all plugins on startup. And you can see they're all still checked, and then you can click save and launch. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the game. Okay guys, now that we're back in the game here, let me just go over a couple of, let me be a little more descriptive with what we installed, and also I just want to go over a quick stop the ped, be more descriptive with stop the ped. So, as you know, we installed Callout Manager. Like I said, well, right now my radio is off. Now, if I turn this on, dispatch will, give me random calls that I can go to. Now, if it's a slow day, sometimes this thing goes off like crazy. Sometimes it's, takes a while for a call to come through. You get a little bored, you want to do a specific call. Like I said, if you hit F12, you'll hear this. You hear that little sound? Little thing comes down at the corner that says screenshot saved. So you want to take your Callout Manager off of F12 and put it on a different, function button. Me, I went with F10. So if you hit F10, here are all of my callouts. There's the new fire callout that we installed, and I definitely want to check that out. And you can go in red callouts, and you can pick, whatever you want. Okay, so yeah. So I'll just do a stop the ped. Yeah. So that's your Callout Manager, okay? And once you select whatever callout you want, dispatch will come up and she'll send you that callout. And depending on what the README file says, or the INI file, you're going to want to click the Y button to accept it. Usually it's Y button, the Y key, the Y key on your keyboard, not the Y button on your controller if you're using an Xbox controller. I use both. I use an Xbox controller and a keyboard. So to accept a call out, you're going to hit your Y button, and that will usually give you a route on your mini-map that'll tell you where to go. Okay? So let's say I want to use Stop the Ped. Like I said, Stop the Ped is a script. It's not a plugin. If you remember the plugins that I had, one of them was sticky wheels. So if I turn my wheels and I leave it, I can let go of my joystick and my wheels stay turned. Okay, that's a plugin. My automatic siren cutout. If my siren's on, now if you don't have automatic siren cutout, when you get out of your vehicle, your siren will stay on. You have to manually shut it off. In my case, if I hit my button, the siren goes off. Another plug, and then when you get back in your car, it'll stay off unless you turn it back on. Really cool feature. Another feature I have is keep the door open. Okay, if you're in a pursuit and you're chasing somebody, okay, and that person stops and that person's getting out, you're gonna want to use your door as a shield. So if I tap my Y button on my controller or whatever the button is on the keyboard, I don't know, I don't use it. If I tap it, he'll get out and shut the door. Now if I get back in the car and if I hold my Y button, the door will automatically stay open. Awesome, awesome plugin. I advise you to get it, man. It's pretty badass. Okay? So let's do Stop the Ped. Let's say I pulled somebody over, or you know, this guy fits the description of something. Stop the Ped, you're going to want to go up to somebody and you're going to want to hit your...
Attention all units, we have a traffic alert
there's a call coming through. Overturned bus. But I have this guy right here stopped, okay? I hit my D-pad button, my D-pad right button twice. Okay? And this is where your Stop the Ped is. Ask for ID. When they give you the ID, it's going to show their name, date of birth. Usually if they have any warrants, it'll show them. It'll show that. You hit your D-pad button to bring up the Stop the Ped menu for whoever it is you have stopped. You could stop multiple people. I could stop this guy walking by. I could stop that girl walking by. But you got to hit the D-pad twice to stop the ped. Okay? Once they're stopped, you hit the D-pad right once to bring up any questions. You can dismiss them. You can arrest them. Questions. I added extra questions onto... oh no! I updated my Stop the Ped, so I gotta add that back. But it's got questions that you can ask them. Do you have warrants? And if you read the bottom, usually they'll answer you whatever. Now, there is one thing that you are going to want to be aware of. In your LSPDFR INI, there's going to be something called the... This guy to go by. I'll go with this truck here. There's going to be a it's going to have its own kind of... I'll explain it to you as we pull this guy over. So let's say we got somebody, we want to pull him over, and he's going to pull over. Okay, so we got him. We're going to do our plate check. We're going to do all the other good stuff. And we're going to check for traffic. Because it's not, where I need protection, I'm just going to tap my get out button. Now, as I'm walking up to this guy, it's going to tell me to hit my right D-pad. Now, your LSPDFR, by default, when you hit your right button, it's going to bring up the LSPDFR menu and the Stop the Ped. Now, in my opinion, Stop the Ped is better than the default LSPDFR traffic stop questioning. So what you're going to want to do is go into your LSPDFR INI file, and you're going to want to just change that to nothing, okay? The traffic stop interaction. It's going to say traffic stop interaction, D-pad right. You're going to want to put that to none and just use your Stop the Ped, because in my opinion it's just better than... Because if you don't, once you come up here and you hit your right button, you're going to have both menus pop up and you're not going to be able to read anything, okay? So that's how you fix that problem. And we'll let this
Catch you later.
I just got my box to the plastic powers game from the 80s.
Okay, so we went over the stop the ped. We went over the call out manager, and I just want to look and see what else it was that Mahai had questions of. Stop the ped. Oh, yeah, traffic policer, copper callouts. Again, copper callouts, you're going to hit your callout manager. There's copper callouts right there. Okay. So you click that, and whatever you pick.
An officer in need of assistance for a stolen police vehicle.
So I have my radio on still. So whatever you pick, it's what it's going to give you. So if there's a rape victim, okay, we hit rape victim, and we're going to hit our Y button, and it's just right there around the corner.
Respond code 2.
1 King 12 responding code 2.
They know about black time before the internet ruined everything.
So there's
10-4, copy that.
our victim right here. So we're gonna get out, and you're gonna go up and you're gonna question them, and it'll tell you what to do. A little bit of nudity here for you folks. So you hit the number 5 on your number pad. Good day, ma'am. Are you all right? And you just keep hitting that, the number 5, and it'll go through all of the talk text there. And you just keep hitting 5. Someone almost just raped me. Are you injured? I'm fine. I just want to go home. So you can hit the number pad 0 to call a taxi or give her a ride home. Giving her a ride home topless is probably not a good look for a police officer, so we'll call her a taxi and get her out of here. She didn't have a description of the vehicle or anything that we could put a bolo out. So taxi will come, and there he is. Oh, you guys see this? I got the LA taxi, yellow cab. Oh, I got rid of the Grand Theft Auto taxis. Put these ones in. That's a pretty cool model.
Hey, buddy.
So that is about it. And finally, I just want to check out the fire callouts. Now, if you have EUP menu, okay, mine is on the F11, and you got Law and Order, and you have Serve and Rescue. Law and Order is going to be all of your Los Santos Police Department, Sheriff Department, Highway Patrol, State Police, Wayne County Sheriffs, FIB. It goes all the way down, military police, even airport security. It's got all those. If you go to Serve and Rescue, it's going to have fire departments, lifeguards, Air Force, parking enforcement, sanitation, garbage guys, construction, postal, doctors, and that. And then you got some bonus ones, which are, you can just be a patient. So this will actually be pretty cool to use your fireman equipment. And if you hit, see, that's what it'll look like if you don't change your LSPDFR traffic stop interaction and you stop the ped. It's just going to look like that. So I forgot to exit out of my EUP before I hit my F3. Now, if I hit my F3, my simple trainer, and I go to vehicle spawning, emergencies, there's a fire truck. Okay, so
I'm significantly more hydrated than you.
we'll play around with this real
I'm a
quick.
whole lot wetter than
The
you.
fire truck is non-ELS, so but that's okay.
I'm never thirsty.
So
They've discovered.
let's try this out. We're gonna hit F10. We'll go to fire callouts, and let's check out a structure fire.
All units, we have a structure on fire in Davis.
It's in Davis, so whereabouts is Davis? Well, that's kind of far. You know what? For the sake of time, because I don't want to take up all you guys' time, we're gonna go to teleporting, and we'll teleport a little bit away from it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this structure fire is all about. Okay, we know it's somewhere's right here. Oh, I think I just seen it. Yep, there it is at the gas station. Okay, so is it in the store? Oh yeah. Oh, look at that, right near the gas station. There's that gas pump. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a group backup as well as call in extra fire. Look at my spawn over there. And you could also change that in your INI file. This is actually pretty cool. Now I wonder if there's people inside the store. Oh, I never equipped myself with a and of course, because we're in the cabin, people gotta shoot off their guns. So you're gonna sit here and you're gonna fight the fire, man. You know what? I'm glad I downloaded this, man, because according to LSPDFR.com, the new one is gonna be amazing. So, and it looks like it's got a lot more better call-outs, so I'm super stoked. So I highly advise that you get this call-out. Even if you're playing as a police officer, you know, you can come here and you can direct traffic and all that other good stuff with these guys. I'm literally firing them as a gun.
Roger, 1 King 12.
Jesus. So that's it, guys. I hope I've been a little more thorough. Again, you have any questions, hit me up on YouTube. You can click the link to my LSPDFR Plus Facebook page, which is linked below. You could always go on there, instant message me. It's a little more easier to respond quicker than it is on YouTube. So strongly advise you do that. Plus you can send screenshots of your, if you're having any issues of what it's doing, and videos and stuff like that. I don't have a Discord yet. Like I said, I'm not new at Grand Theft at LSPDFR, but you know, I'm still learning on how to help you guys more, and joining the Discord and everything, or creating a Discord. That's a lot right now, so I'm gonna wait for that. It'll come in the future. But for now, you have any issues, hit a comment down below, or join my LSPDFR Plus Facebook page, and you can always message me through there. That goes straight to my cell phone, so I'm able to help you quicker. With that being said, Mahai and my other subscribers that were asking for help, I hope this helped you in some way with the questions you were asking. I know there's other people out there with other issues, and we'll work on those as well. So, yeah, I mean, thank you for joining me. It was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I really wanted to be thorough and, you know, show people what those certain call-outs do. And from now on, as I do tutorials on stuff like that, I'll be a little more descriptive about it. Again, that's my fault. I wasn't, you know, as thorough on the last tutorials. I apologize. And I hope this makes up for it. For all my returning subscribers, thank you guys, love you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here doing this. I sincerely do it for you. I really do. If you're new here, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, support Jeffrey Gamer, and hit that bell so you know when new content's added. I hit my 60 subscriber mark. I'm at 62. I know it doesn't sound like much to a lot of you people watching, because you guys have a lot more than I have, but man, it's exciting to me. Like I said, 75 subscribers. I put up a camera with a live feed. You can see my beautiful face. 100 subscribers, I do a giveaway. Don't miss out on that. Let's get that. Let's go. Let's get big. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning into Jeffrey Gamer Tutorials. Until next time, please be safe Be healthy. Follow the rules. Obey the law. Jeffrey Gamer is out.